Hi, today broadcast video lens teardown. I believe it will be almost YouTube first. This is the lens that came with a Craptacular Sony camera I got a few months ago, and I was keeping the lens, but I have other one of the same model, and this one is really bad, so I am scrapping it. And it will be fun to see how it is made. So it has several problems. It is melted here on the side. There is a problem with the servo control because it is zooming in permanently. What else? So for one time this is not rotten, this rubber part. There is gunk inside. I'm not sure if you can see. If I zoom manually inside, there is some kind of grease. The front lens was, the ring here was broken and was glued. It is missing a piece here. And what else? It is not possible to take apart this rear mount because the head of the screws are completely stripped. I believe they are secured with some kind of Loctite, and really it is impossible to remove them. I will probably need to drill them. So let's start. Where to start? First we will remove the take apart this servo control module box. So if I remember correctly, there is a number of screws to undo. So in fact it is some kind of a regular lens with a servo controller attached to it. So let's undo all the screws. And we save some of the parts I can reuse for other similar lenses, but apart from this, most of parts are crap. So connector cover here. We have one more screw here. We have what else? Two screws on the front. It's quite complicated to take this thing apart. At least the this module on the side here for to start with. Okay, so now it is coming loose, and I guess I may need to undo this one also. Okay, so first we can access to the electronics inside. It is quite a mess, this thing. Let me check if I did forget a screw. Yes, this one. It will allow to remove this wall piece here at least. Okay. So this is not in too bad condition. Not broken, so after a little bit of cleaning maybe it can be safe for installing onto another camera, on another lens. So here I have a servo control electronics with a few things to disconnect. Just motors. Here we are. So I guess we have one main connector coming from the lens mount contacts here. Yes, it must be this one. And we have two motors. One feedback potentiometer here. This is the switch between manual and automatic or the servo zoom. but we will check this later. For now, in this cover we have the rocker switch for zooming in and out. We have the remote, I think it is for some kind of remote controller here, this plug. And we have more stuff. There is the zoom button, and there is the PCB all at the back. Iris gain potentiometer here, so let me undo stuff. You can see there is a micro switch here which is clipped with its legs. Quite interesting. I will other side too, so I will undo this. And there must be another one. Yes, here. So now I am almost able to pull this out, but as you can see, the wires are passing behind the PCB, which is quite annoying. So I need to undo the PCB at the same time. So there is one probably proprietary chip by Canon here, and some transistors, capacitors, or servo control probably. Okay, here is how it is made. So this whole plastic case, it looks like we have some copper paint to provide some shielding. Here there is the main record button, but in fact it is the rubber cap over it is completely rock hard. You cannot press it. Quite amazing, this thing. How it can turn rock hard like so. Yes. So here is a switch behind this, and this is not good to keep. I will just unscrew this connector later. Here we have the main zoom in and out switch. Quite an interesting thing. It is mounted on this plate. We have two little buttons here. Look how they did attach them. In fact, they are made for surface mount. They are CMS parts, and they did attach this like so in the plastic frame. And you can see this connector has some unpopulated contacts unused. Here is the little controller PCB. So something is failing into some servo control. I do not know what. If it is the electronics side or feedback side maybe. Potentiometer. So now here. First I will undo this mechanics. This one is quite hard because I did never undo this previously. So as you can see, it is quite neat. Of course, really well made, because it is a modular. As a new retail price of this zoom lens was quite amazing, and they are still worth something. In fact, even second hand, they are not cheap. If you find one like this at below 100 euros in good condition, it is, you can consider it is a good deal. And here we have one motor. You can see some mechanism for the servo control on manual. And I can see something interesting, guys. Look at this. It looks like, for some reason, they did glue a piece of lead inside this. So maybe it is for dampening vibrations or something like this. So surely enough, this is not RoHS compliant because we have lead. The result, so it looks like a little bit of lead around this motor shaft here. Yes, I do not know what is the purpose, but it is not eco-friendly. Well, lead is not so much dangerous until you do not eat them and you wash your hands after touching it. It is not crazy dangerous. So here you have the motor with a mechanism, so you can see when you turn the button it will engage this gear in the motor shaft. And now it is not working anymore. Okay, so little motor with some kind of a rubber cap over it to probably maybe for the noise of the motor, to absorb a little bit of noise. And it is some kind of precision motor, but there is nothing written on it. I will zoom out a little bit. Okay, here a nice brass plate. So this is one assembly. This goes to the shank. What next? We have a bigger motor here. So this may be for, in fact the focus is manual on this thing. So we have one motor for zoom or one motor for iris. And again here you can see a little bit of lead over the shaft. It is quite weird. So now we have the wires going to the back connector here. We have two screws to undo here to access, to release this iris motor. So this one is quite nice. It is in two parts. There is a gear head, Nakimi gear head made in Japan, and the motor at the back. So there is a demultiplication. Quite interesting. Nice little thing. Here we have the feedback potentiometer, which is attached in some way. Probably we have two very small Allen screws in here. Set screws. It will be a pain to remove them. So what else? I will undo this front part here. So as you can see, the ring here was broken and repaired, but it was not terribly good, and I can just pop it out like so, and it will release, of course, the front lance element. Quite a nice piece of glass here. Put this aside. So now we can see there is another lance here. I'll show if you really see it. Yes, like so. So this front piece, focus ring, I believe that these two screws will allow to unlock this and remove it completely. But Murphy's law, of course. So the screws are completely stripped. I've read this one at least, and it is not coming off. Okay, so now it is time for element. We will try drilling this. Oh, not what I did expect, but I guess it will work. Okay. So we have another piece of glass which is completely prisoner inside this plastic mount. Well, maybe not so much. Maybe there are hidden screws behind this that will allow to remove this. So let me get something. There is this rubber cover here, ring, cushion or whatever you want. I need to get rid of this. I guess this should be good enough. And yes, I was right. We have screws. And it should allow to move something somewhere. Not sure. This is interesting. Nothing is moving at all. So maybe it is an adjustment to align the lens properly. Maybe you can turn something, but it will not come out. So. Time for something else. I made a crack here and okay, here we are. The lens is loose and there is nothing else to get in this except maybe some long aluminium piece. This is glass reinforced plastic, by the way. And my hands are now quite dirty. So I will get the opportunity to clean both my hands on this piece. And we will continue. Like so. A nice ring. You can see it looks like it is I don't know, maybe carbon loaded grease, something like this. There is also here on the thread from the focus piece, so you do not want this getting onto your glass elements for sure, but it is not always that easy. So I can get rid of this. Okay. What next? Now we have the element that zooms in and out here. As you can see, there is some kind of retainer part here at least. So I can first undo this one. I do not know what it will do. Nothing in particular, because now everything needs to be accessed from the back, which will be for sure quite annoying, because for accessing to the back, it should be good to undo this ring here, but it is completely stuck in place. I will not start drilling everything in the video, so I will try to access all these screws directly, and we will see where we go. Luckily enough, these screws are not stuck in place. So these ones are possible to undo. Okay, here was the back focus adjustment for the lens, because yes, we have one more glass element in here. You can see this is a wall aluminum piece, and we have this element, which is the back focus adjustment, to adjust your lens to your camera. It is not something you need to do with consumer grade single lens reflex cameras, for example, but with quite a surprise here. We have a big spring. We have this wall assembly here, and we can see the inside of the lens mount, with the opportunity now to remove the connector. The screw here is quite hard also. So here for sure we have thread lock over the screw. And here it is. Okay, so this I will take care of this later. Now we are left with the remaining assembly. You can see we have iris here, which should move if I turn something. I'm not sure which one I must turn, but it should be able to move. I see 4 screws. And here we are, we have the iris assembly. I still do not see which is the moving. Ah, here we are. So see, we have alignment things, and yes, it will release this guide piece, and now all the iris elements are coming off. Okay, put this on the side. Here we are left with the mount for the little feedback potentiometer. And now, in this remaining piece, we have one more plate here to undo. So in fact, except for the stuck screws, this thing is more easy to take apart than expected. Now it is getting messy. You do not want to do this with a working lens for sure, because only the factory can adjust it properly. So you can see there is some inserts here in the threads, little threads inserts, quite nice. And where we are now, oh, I can remove these guide things. This will probably help to release some of the parts. Yes, but no at the same time. Oh, here we are. Here we have a macro button with little brass piece behind this. This came loose and it is now quite dirty. You can see here the problem was this gunk. In fact, it looks like the plastic melted. It is quite amazing. Yes, it did. It is a melted plastic. It is not gunk. From the outside, it looks like gunk, but definitely it is hard. So it is not grease or anything like this. Okay. So this I can get rid of. This also. This I only want to keep the potentiometer, so let's cut this. Okay, now we are left with the main guide piece here, cylinder, for to adjust the different zoom elements. I would love to be able to extract this, but how to do? It is a good question. Looks like we have at least here one little screw thing to undo. So let me find my screwdriver. One more thing is falling off. Really, the way these things are made and adjusted in the factory is quite amazing and not compatible with house tinkering for sure. I have here something to unscrew. It looks like I can just use some pliers and turn this. Maybe. No, in fact it is the outer piece, but not the middle one. Interesting. Let me find a smaller screwdriver. And this. No. And in fact it is stripped already, so let's try to break this. It will be more easy. Here we are. So now it is coming off. So this is one piece, and here is the remaining piece. This is an aluminium piece with these grooves to guide the middle elements in a precise position. So this is all optical magics. And here we have this back piece. It looks, oh yes, it clips out with one more lance mounted in this. And this is an empty piece now, made of aluminium. So usually when you take apart lance, you have this kind of assemblage where the lance is press fitted and the plastic part is welded in fact with a hot piece to melt the plastic around the lance. So there is no real way to take this apart if you want to save only the glass, except, oh look at this, it makes a nice effects with my light. Breaking the part around, like so. Usually they are plastic, so it is very easy, and there you can free the glass piece, the element. Okay. So we are left with a pile of junk. I will keep only the glass elements, the aluminium elements, and any parts that could be useful to repair another lance, like this, the PCB also, and the rocker switch, which is something that can maybe be useful for something. Apart from this, here we are. So I hope you did enjoy this quite messy teardown. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.